Welcome to This Explainer. Imagine if I told you that mastering the absolute most complex language in the universe doesn't actually require a fancy university degree, but simply the right map. Well, today, we are undertaking what I can only describe as the ultimate epic quest of mastering mathematics. We are talking about taking you from absolute zero all the way to the graduate level. I'm beyond thrilled to be your guide for this, because we are going to map out an entire lifetime of learning, structured in the perfect logical sequence. We will cover every major subject, providing you with the exact specific textbook you need for each stage of this incredible journey. This is definitely not just a reading list. This is a master key to unlock the universe.
Let's dive right in. So many people look at advanced mathematics and believe this journey is totally impossible to undertake alone. They think you need a professor holding your hand the entire way. But that is entirely wrong. Anyone, and I literally mean anyone, can start learning mathematics and progress through it, provided they follow a strict logical order. This exact roadmap provides the keys to unlock every single door along the path, going book by book, subject by subject. As we go through this, you are about to see exactly how each book acts as a completely new level unlocked, and each subject as a brand new door opened. We are going to build your knowledge step by step, ensuring you never feel lost or overwhelmed.
Stage 1. Foundations and Logic. This is the first door.
Now notice the strict chronological progression of these four texts. This is absolutely crucial. You start with Susanna Epp's Discrete Mathematics with Applications. Let me tell you, this is a phenomenal, highly accessible entry point. It teaches you the absolute basics of how mathematical logic actually works before you get bogged down in heavy calculations. Once you have truly digested that material, you move right into Coleman, Busby, and Ross. This book is going to solidify those discrete structures in your mind. Then we hit a monumental milestone with Chartrand, Polimeni, and Zhang. Their book on mathematical proofs is your ultimate transition text. It bridges that massive gap between basic math and the rigorous proofwriting you will absolutely need later on. Finally, Bond and Keene will provide that ultimate polish on abstract mathematical thinking.
At its core, logic is the formal principle of mathematical reasoning. Mastering this stage ensures you understand formal arguments completely before advancing to any serious numerical manipulation. Think of it like pouring a concrete foundation. Without this glowing truth table etched into your mind, the higher-level math would simply fall apart later on. Right now, you are essentially training your brain to think in absolute, undeniable truths.
Stage 2. Pre-Algebra and Algebra. Building the framework.
Moving precisely through these 5 books builds an unbreakable bridge from the most basic calculations all the way to advanced trigonometry. We are starting with AGS and Fearon's Pre-Algebra, which ensures absolutely zero gaps in your foundational knowledge. Don't let the term pre-algebra fool you into thinking it is just for kids. Going through these builds pure, undeniable confidence. Once you are rock solid there, you tackle College Algebra by Kaufman, followed immediately by Blitzer. Now these are massive, comprehensive textbooks. They will throw every single algebraic scenario at you. Finally, you synthesize all of that hard work with Hornsby, Lyell, and Roxwold. That specific book introduces a stunning graphical approach, blending your algebra skills seamlessly into trigonometry.
By the end of this stage, you will manipulate these complex symbols and graph beautiful parabolas with complete and utter confidence. You are no longer just looking at static numbers on a page. You are actually looking at the hidden architecture of the physical world.
Stage 3. Calculus, the language of change. To conquer this specific stage, you only need these 2 monumental books, but they must be read in this exact order. First, you will read Calculus by James Stewart. Stewart is basically the heavyweight champion of calculus textbooks. It gives you a comprehensive, highly intuitive grounding in the mechanical workings of derivatives and integrals. You will learn exactly how to solve the problems and get the right answers. Then, you step into the arena with Michael Spivak. Now, Spivak is not just a textbook. It is a mathematical rite of passage. It teaches calculus incredibly rigorously, treating it more like advanced mathematical analysis than just simple calculation. Surviving Spivak forges your absolute, undeniable mastery of the entire subject.
Calculus literally rewires how you perceive motion, time, and space. Grasping the concept of limits is profound. Seeing that elegant line visually approach a curve infinitely without ever truly touching it is a massive, life-changing milestone in your mathematical adventure.
Stage 4. Differential Equations. Modeling Reality.
The pathway here is a very deliberate 2-step process. First up is A First Course in Differential Equations by Zill. ZIL provides the essential, intuitive first step you absolutely need. It is the gold standard for learning the exact techniques to actually solve these complex equations. Once you have built up that toolkit from ZIL, you immediately move to ordinary differential equations with applications by Andrews. Andrews delivers the rigorous, real-world applications needed to truly complete this level. At this point, you stop merely solving equations on a whiteboard and start applying them to actual physical reality.
Stage 5. Linear Algebra. Dimensions and Spaces. For this realm, you will start with Elementary Linear Algebra by Howard Anton. Anton is phenomenal because he introduces the core computational concepts gently. He focuses heavily on matrices and systems of linear equations, which makes it very concrete and easy to grasp. Then, you follow that up with Linear Algebra by Friedberg, Insel, and Spence. Let me warn you, this book pulls the rug out from under you in the best way possible. It takes those concrete matrix concepts you just learned and elevates them into a deep, highly abstract theoretical framework. You will be entirely focused on vector spaces and linear transformations, which is a total game changer for your brain.
Stage 6. Probability and Statistics. The Mathematics of Uncertainty.
Here, we have to take a dual approach. Reading Mathematical Statistics by Wackerly first is absolutely crucial. Wackerly is incredibly heavy and relies deeply on the calculus you mastered back in Stage 3. It gives you the raw underlying mathematical theory of why statistics actually works in the real world. After that intense theoretical dive, you move over to Probability and Statistics by Brace and Brace. This text equips you with the highly practical, applied tools required to immediately analyze real-world data and confidently predict outcomes. It perfectly balances out the heavy theory with hands-on practice.
Stage 7. Advanced Topics. The Graduate Realm.
Now we arrive at it. This formidable collection of 9 masterworks is the absolute pinnacle of self-study. Let us break this down. Edwards and Ross will guide you through intense real analysis. Next, Brown and Churchill will completely open your eyes to the magic of complex analysis. For deep mathematical structure, Gallade and Herstein provide the undeniable gold standard in abstract algebra. Munkers and Mendelssohn will quite literally stretch your brain to its limits with topology. And finally, you master discrete structures with Rosen's number theory alongside combinatorics and graph theory. Conquering this specific stack of books unlocks the entire graduate realm. It is a massive achievement.
Just take topology, for example. It is the study of geometric properties preserved under continuous deformation. Exploring mathematical spaces that stretch, bend, and twist without ever actually breaking provides a truly breathtaking perspective on modern mathematics. It is a visual and intellectual masterpiece. It really shows you just how incredibly far you have come from those basic logic tables we looked at back in Stage 1.
At the end of the day, mathematics is a lifelong adventure with no true finish line. This entire roadmap proves that you do not need a university to reach the frontier of human logic. You just need the right books, read in the right order, and the sheer willpower to keep turning the pages. The entire universe of numbers is now laid out perfectly before you. The only thing left for you to do is to decide which door you will unlock first, and to imagine the incredible things you will discover once you walk through it.